Rainbow.
When you hear this, turn the page. This story about Mr. T is called Case of the Casino Caper.
This here's Mr. T, capital T, to ride with me. Here's another story about my team of young gymnasts. Robert and Kim and Woody and Jeff and the others. Not forgetting Miss Bisbee and young Spike. And of course, those are the dogs. We travel all over the place, taking part in competitions, and we keep getting involved in mystery. But remember, the important thing about being a team is you all help one another. No good being selfish and not caring about other folks. You help them, they help you. That's the way to win through.
The team is on its way to a meet in Las Vegas. Jeff said he knew a shortcut, but Mr. T thinks they are lost as they drive along the deserted dirt road with nothing but scrub and desert on all sides. Kim sits next to Courtney, who sighs as she finishes rereading a letter. Kim wonders if she has had bad news, but the girl reassures her.
No, good news. I've been accepted to Hamilton Military Prep School. Are you really going to make a career out of the Army? Yeah, my dad says Hamilton Prep is a sure ticket to West Point. But that means you'll have to leave the team. What can I do? It's either the Army or the team. I don't see any choice.
Mr. T looks over his shoulder at Courtney.
Nothing's that cut and dry.
Jeff notices a small town ahead. When they reach it, they find it is old and deserted, with the buildings boarded up. Spike is surprised.
Is this Las Vegas?
Miss Bisbee puts him right.
No, Spike. It appears to be a ghost town.
Dozer starts to howl, and they hear a low rumbling sound which gets louder and louder. Then, with an explosion of splintering wood, a military tank bursts out of a barn ahead of them and charges at full speed towards the bus. Mr. T takes evasive action, but whichever way he turns, the tank comes after them, pushing straight through any buildings that get in its way. At last, Mr. T has had enough. He slams on the brakes.
Everybody out on the double!
The team jump out of the bus and go for cover, while Mr. T climbs onto the roof with a tire iron in his hand.
I pity the fool driving that hunk of tin.
As the tank gets close to the bus, Mr. T leaps onto the top of it and forces open the hatch with the tire iron.
All right, you.
His voice tails off when he finds there is no driver. It's controlled electronically. Just as it is about to smash into the bus, it stops, and a Jeep drives up with two Army officers aboard.
I'm Major Hampton, and this is Lieutenant Selby.
Courtney is quite excited.
My dad's Major Howard from the 56th Division. Maybe you know him.
No, I'm from the 254th. You're interfering with an Army project. I'll have to ask you to leave.
Mr. T crosses his arms in front of him.
Not until you tell me why we were nearly flattened by a 10-ton tank with no driver.
We're testing a new remote control prototype, but we're not at liberty to discuss it. Sorry if we caused you any inconvenience.
As the gymnasts walk back to their bus, Courtney calls back to the officers.
I'll be calling my dad when I get to Las Vegas. I'll give him your regards, Major Hampton.
When they reach Las Vegas, Mr. T gives the team an evening to look around. But Courtney suddenly realizes that there was something wrong about the officers they met that afternoon.
The 254th Division combined with the 58th? Those soldiers are phonies. Did anyone notice the tank serial number? My dad could trace it.
Kim remembers the number, and Courtney tries to phone her father, but the line was dead. She leaves the others to look for a payphone. As she passes a storage room on the hotel corridor, the door opens and she is dragged inside by Selby, who now wears civilian clothes. She kicks him on the shin. He releases her and she calls for help. Selby goes to grab her, but using her gymnastic skill, she vaults over him to the door. It is locked, and there is no way out. Selby comes for her again, just as Mr. T crashes through the door.
Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?
Selby pushes a pile of crates towards Courtney, and as Mr. T gets in the way to protect her, the man escapes. Mr. T picks up a poker chip which has fallen from Selby's pocket during the struggle, and he calls the team together for a discussion. Courtney has managed to call her dad.
He's tracing the serial number of the tank.
Rather than wait and do nothing until Courtney's father rings back, the team decide to look around Las Vegas to see if they can find the casino that Selby's poker chip came from. Courtney frowns.
But my way is the best way. The right way. I'm staying here and proving I'm right.
Mr. T is not so sure.
There's more than one way to do things, Courtney. If you want to wait for the call, okay. But don't you go being a hero.
The poker chip has a horseshoe design on it, and at last Mr. T points to the neon sign of a casino.
This is where that poker chip came from. The Golden Horseshoe.
Woody spies a notice below the neon sign.
Look, $1 million jackpot. Take home a fortune in gold coin. Take a shot, Mr. T.
I don't gamble, and I'm not going to gamble with Courtney. Jeff, go back and keep an eye on her while we go inside.
Jeff gets back to the hotel just in time to see Courtney leaving. Looks like our soldier's going AWOL. Guess I'd better catch her up. When the music stops, turn the cassette over.